Hello there. So this is like my second attempt to record this video because I've got occasionally lost in my thoughts, and I think I was going somewhere in the wrong direction because the topic that I wanted to reveal is highly connected with what I was talking. But the talk and the speech of mine was extremely long-lasting, so I think I should collect information that I want to, speak up and actually speak up more concisely, I would say. So I started with identifying what the right topic to choose in order to reveal in this particular video, and I started to think about the previous topics that I already discovered somehow, and I came to the idea that all these topics are highly connected between each other. And this is not a secret, because all these topics, all the information that I have, all the information that I continue to have, all this information is about one thing. It's about identifying, choosing, and following the right path for you. Because I'm totally convinced that the greatest aim of every person alive is to live their life happily in their particular way. I'm totally convinced that psychology itself, and not only psychology, I would say all spheres of life in our world, in our life, obviously, is about attempts, maybe successful, maybe not that successful, to find out how to live happily. We are also different, and we are the same at the same time. We are following overall one goal, but actually achieve this goal in the way a lot of versatile ways. And unfortunately not everybody, not really a small amount of people, a little number of people achieve this goal. Unfortunately, big number of people never finds out how to live happily in their own way. And all information that I have, all information that I'm going to gain, all knowledge, all feelings that I have in that terms are about this particular direction. Because sounds kind of simple, I would say, right? Just identify what you want to do in your life and just do it. Therefore, you will live happily. But yeah, I would agree that the direction of living a life in your own way, in your own happy way, is kind of easy sounding. But somehow, a lot of people never finds out how to live that way, never finds out what they are desiring to do, what they actually like, what they dislike, what people they want in their social circle, what people they don't want in their social circle. So somehow it's not that obvious, not that easy, consequently not that easy to identify what is your path. And today I want to discover the topic of one of the reasons why actually people mess up and choose the wrong direction for themselves. And this reason is not specific, it's kind of, how to say, fundamental, and has the majority of different specific reasons from situation to situation. But today's reason is kind of collecting other reasons. So it's kind of enormous and huge, that contains a lot of other reasons. And I wanted to start with one point. You know, we are all animals, right? We are all animals. We are the part of our planet, and we are also the life organisms that somehow become the result of evolution, of creating and developing the life on our planet, on the Earth. And we are all animals, this is a fact. But we have something that distinguishes ourselves, our, how to say, our, how to say this word? I forgot the word. So there is one reason, there is one specific part of ourselves that distinguishes the humanity from the rest of life organisms. It's about insects, it's about all kinds of animals, it's about flora, yeah, plants. So it's about every, species of life that we have on Earth. And one thing that we have distinguishes ourselves from the rest of the living objects. It's mind, it's our mind, it's our sensible part of our brain, neocortex, in the scientific way, speaking about this topic. So yeah, we have sensible brain. We have something that can carry out the enormous number of functions. Simply it's about collecting information, analyzing information, connecting different points of information into new points of information. It's about neural connections. So we have I don't know actually the number, but a lot of these neural points, and our brain is able to connect these neural points and create new connections, so that we have this definition, or like education, we have actually the great number of life spheres. So it's all about a neural connection. So our brain is extremely powerful, as we are able to understand and analyze the world consciously and logically and rationally, and create something new. So we are able to create something that never somehow existed on the planet, and make actually discoveries. So some other species of animals, for example chimpanzee, are also able of creating something new. So they were able to utilize for example, some objects in their environment in order to help themselves to achieve their goal. So to take a banana or another goal. So I think you understand what I'm talking about, but you need to understand that we have the same skeleton of this process. We have the same, how to say, system, but our system is the way more complicated, of course. So we are able of carrying out this particular process of, how to say, analyzing the environment. Okay, we have a goal, for example. We don't have enough resources of different kinds to achieve this goal, so we analyze the environment, identify what we need to have in order to achieve this goal, analyze what we already have and what we need to have in order to achieve this goal. So we collect different already existing objects in our environment, connect them between each other, and create something new in order to achieve some particular goal. So the process of this operations is similar with monkeys, for example chimpanzee, but our brain is way more developed and complicated comparing to chimpanzee. So, okay, we have the complicated construction in our brain that is not discovered, I would say, investigated and observed yet in 100%. So it's like the world ocean. We are also not that aware of the capabilities of our brain. It's way more powerful than we think. So we actually, people utilize the little percent of our brain's abilities. Okay, this is not the topic. We have the sensible brain, neocortex. We have this part in our brain that allowed us to create the speech, the specific approach of communication between different people. We also have, plenty of these languages. We can read, we can write, we can actually carry out some creative processes. We are able of create the masterpieces. We can create music, we can create arts, we can create, some dancing art, etc., etc. We are capable of plenty of things. And because of we have this specification in our organism, we put a lot of, I would say, responsibility and hope on this part of ourselves. So we actually forgot, a lot of people forgot of another part of our organism, of our, how to say, natural existence, that is also the essential part of ourselves, but not that is this part, that part that not that utilized comparing to our brain. So what I'm talking about two parts of our, how to say, I want to utilize this word, but I don't know how to say it in English. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we have two parts in ourselves, in our spirit, in our physical body. We have emotional and rational parts in ourselves. So rational part is about our brain, and the emotional part is about our feelings, our psyche. So it's not the physical organism that we should have in our body, but we somehow can have it. So it's about also it's about brain, it's about our psyche, it's about our nervous system, it's about our heart. So it's about the connection of organisms in ourselves. But we have something that is not that tangible comparing to brain, but that is also cannot be ignored. That also cannot be ignored, yeah. Okay, we have a tangible part of ourselves that is kind of specific. Speaking about the humanity itself, it's about our brain, it's about our sensible brain. And I guess as people realize that they can think logically, they can think rationally, they can think not only about this particular moment, this is like present moment, that they can think way along, like further. So we can create plans, we can think of our future tasks, we can think about possible consequences out of our present or past tasks, actions, words, and even thoughts. So we are capable of analyzing, our past experience, our future possible experiences, and we can somehow carry out our present reaction in forms of words, thoughts, actions, decisions based on the previous experience and further desired experience. So as we are capable of doing that kind of thing, We think that this is like the most powerful part of ourselves that we could ever have. So we put way a lot of responsibility and hope on this part of ourselves. So what am I talking about? Actually, when I was starting to explain it in the previous video, I dived a lot deeply into explanation, and I lost somehow the line that I wanted to, reveal. So I guess I will try to explain this line again, but in short words. I guess in short words, and more understandably. I hope so. So, for example, let's imagine ourselves as a child, and when we were children, we were thinking of ourselves that we are extremely powerful, we are capable of anything, we are limitless, we can do whatever we want. So when we were just born, we thought that our mother and all people in the room that we have around are the part of our world, are the part of ourselves. This is like not distinguished people, not people that are not you. They are the mechanisms in your own story, in your own world. So we had somehow egoistic and self-centered mind, as I can say it like that, because our cognitive abilities, our intellectual abilities obviously weren't developed when we were just children, because there is not enough time to learn how to utilize and how to develop actually these abilities. It doesn't matter. So with the psyche, this is undeveloped yet psyche and mind, we realized and we actually considered everything that we had around us, everything we see, everything we saw, everything we touched, as the part of our world. So it's not distinguished people, not distinguished objects, it's the parts of your own world. So everything in this room, everything around you should work on you. So this is what we approximately had in our head, in ourselves when we were children. So the remark, we couldn't think consciously and how to say, maybe rationally, because we hadn't disabilities yet. So we felt that way. So when we wanted to be fed, wanted to have food, wanted to have water, wanted to pee, etc., etc., we could start crying, screaming, in order to have this, people, somehow objects, to carry out our desires. So this is what we consider I considered everything in our world around us, not rationally, but like spiritually, with feelings, with the utilization of our feelings. So time goes by, we started to grow, we started to become more conscious, we started to develop our cognitive abilities, and we started to, in simple words, we started to talk, to understand what our mother is trying to say to us. We are starting to, become the part of the society. So it's about some kindergarten, it's about creating new connections with different children. So it's about the first steps into realizing that the world actually is not all for us, in the meaning that everything should work for us, everything should work on us in this critical way, because I how to say, try to prevent the reaction that then you actually spread the idea that we are capable of anything and we can utilize everything in our world for our benefits. And this is right, but we should we should not forget about the reality, because beside you, how to say, not only you exist in this world, there are also another 8 billion of people that are also have the same structure as you, and everything is capable of everyone is capable of anything. Everybody is capable of achieving their goals. But you must understand that everything would work on you only in the situation when you don't hurt others in all meanings. When you don't utilize people in an unhealthy way. Or in that terms, if you know how to carry out, how to set the goals, your goals, how to identify what you want to achieve, how to actually take actions in order to achieve something in all spheres of life, without damaging other people, without damaging actually other people, and with healthy, both for you and other people approach. In that terms, you are capable of anything. But when we speak about children, in children's mind, it's normal that children identify the world, consider the world as the place that is created for them personally, only for them. So every person, all people are kind of created for this child. So this is like the specific moment of the children's psyche. And when they are growing up, they started to realize that the world is the more complicated place that they was thinking about the world. And the mother and father started to teach their child how to communicate with people. Oh, you shouldn't be this child, you should instead communicate with them with words. Actually, you know, I love you so much, but unfortunately I'm also extremely tired from my work, so I'm not able to play with you right now. Can we play a little bit later? So the child starts to, you know, starts to face denial, so, some, how to say, refusing. So here a person gradually and how to say, naturally starts to understand that there are also other people in this world that also have their desires, their limits, their, how to say, preferences, etc., etc. So here a child starts to understand that the world isn't that, how to say, isn't that simple. Yeah. Isn't that one-sided. So we have this. And here we have two directions. So I'm trying slightly to go to the topic that I want to discuss. We have two directions. The first direction is to consider the world and operate in the world as in the reality. So yes, we have versatile people. We have a huge number of people in this world with their desires, with their personal, how to say, restrictions, etc., etc. But at the same time, I have my desires, I have my goals, I have my feelings, and even though I'm not limitless, critically, in the critical point, I'm not limitless in this world, so I cannot utilize everybody I want in order to achieve any goal. I'm able to live my beautiful, wonderful life, even in that terms, even in terms of living with people with the same construction. So how to explain? In the first direction, when a person doesn't, how to say, restrict themselves from achieving their desires, from desiring actually, sorry, they don't receive themselves, and also they live in the reality. They're not trying to, you know, press other people to make them work only on them. So they finding the golden how to say this phrase in English? I don't know. Золотая середина. I need to Google it actually. This one I should Google, because if I said it in the wrong way, I guess I would look stupid. And actually I want to know how to say it. The golden median, может быть, maybe. Okay. Golden mean? Golden mean? Why mean? Medium, I wanted to say golden medium, but it's like happy mean, happy medium, golden mean. Okay, so in that direction, people find the golden mean, right? Golden mean, when they can easily realize what they want and actually take actions in order to achieve what they want genuinely, at the same time without damaging and hurting other people. So this is like the first direction. And how this direction can actually be achieved? It can be achieved by the environment that this person is actually growing in. So it's about family, first of all. It's about the first social circle that this person actually have. So if this person's parents trying to explain like with everything in all forms, so it can be about verbal form of explanation, so mother or father or sister, siblings, everybody could directly talk to this person, explain like, of course, I understand that you want to play in the garden right now, I understand this, but you know, I'm a little bit tired. Could we do it like together if you want me also to join your playing? Could we just do it a little bit later? Or if you cannot wait, maybe you can ask your sister or brother or father to play with you, or maybe you can play yourself if you want just to play at this particular moment. So here we see the scheme, we see the construction when a person has versatile variants. So the goal is like understandable, it's single, for example, to play in a garden. But due to some specifics in the way the world is constructed, it cannot be about only one single option to have everything at this particular moment. So it can be about versatile variants that are with some percentage less or more like appropriate for this particular person. So this is like the scheme. So in the ideal, in the perfect world of a child, they get everything they want with everyone they want at every time they want. So if based on the situation, if this child wants to play in the garden with their mother, in their perfect world, in their like ideal expectation, they are playing with their mother in this garden like right now. This is like the ideal, the egoistic world. And with the verbal direct communication, and actually other forms of communication, I will explain them a little bit later. No, based on this example, with the verbal type of communication, the mother somehow reveals the versatile options of, you know, solving this situation, solving this problem. So the child, based on this example, learns how to achieve what they want in the real world. So this is what the child must understand. Every goal, every desire in normal context can be achieved, but they can be achieved, these goals and these desires can be achieved in the versatile ways. In versatile ways, the ways are maybe even countless. Okay, there is like a huge number of solutions. So the aspect of the mindset of the mind mindset that the person should learn from their childhood, from the process of growing, that they can achieve everything they want, but they must understand that this must be achieved in the real world. Considering other people's desires, other people's limits, the context, the environment they are in. So everything should be conscious. So yeah, everything can be achieved but in the real world. So this is what the child should learn in the process of growing. So talking about the first direction of the capability of the direction of ability to live in a world happily and freely, but understanding that this is the real world and you should operate and achieve everything you want, understanding that this is like the real world and we have other people in this world that must be, valued and respected by this particular person. So also we were talking about verbal type of communication. Besides that, it's also about like personal example. So parents, mother and father, siblings should show this approach to their children. So if they want to learn this child how to live in freedom and also in respect to our people, to other people, to the world, they should show up this approach themselves. So they should take actions like that, tell stories in that terms. They should show with all their body, with all their mind, with all of themselves to their children, in order to make their children understand that this is like the right approach to live. So the main problem, we are going to the second direction. The main problem, let's start with the second direction. It's quite the opposite direction, so I guess you understand. So actually we have two sub points, I would say. Actually I need to draw it again. I love this. Let me give me a second because I need to show it to you. Oh yeah. It looks very funny. Okay, we have this scheme. So we went here. So we have a child with the limitless mind, with limitless, how to say, expectation from the world. So everything I want to have, I can have in the way I want, in this particular time I want, and everybody and everything should work on me. So here it's like the right approach, but you must understand that the children's psyche cannot live in the real world of the grown-ups. So here we have specifics, but overall the approach of life, of living, is kind of healthy. So this is what a person this is what approach a person should follow and live, actually. So we explained the first result if how to explain it. Actually, we can see that both a child and a grown-up person have the same facial expression. So how to explain it? This is like the grown-up, yeah, this is like the grown-up that understand the reality of the world, that understand some rules, some society rules, but they don't lose this part of themselves, this like a golden child in themselves. They don't lose it. They carry out their desires, they achieve what they want, they understand what they want. And this like life approach never lost. It's like the part of themselves, but besides this life approach, they have the responsibility, the patience, the grown-ups, how to say, approaches of achieving goals. So here we have a grown-up with a golden child inside. So yeah, we have this direction. The second direction is, as you can understand, not that positive, not that happy. And we have two sub-directions. So the direction is to lose this actual life approach of living life in a full, of desiring anything, of identifying what we want to have, what life we want to live, what people we want to have in our social circle, etc., etc. So we lose this, intuition. We lose their, easygoing approach of living. Unfortunately, we lose this playful and charming part of ourselves and become one of these two types of people. So here, I guess you see, we have this little human, and this is like, not a grown-up actually. I wanted to say that somehow I drew this result like a child, and here like a grown-up, and actually I wasn't mistaken. So here we have a person that never grew up, but also lost I forget. Okay, this playful, charming, childish even a little bit, and extremely sincere life approach is lost here. But here also a person never learned how to live a life like a grown-up. So here there's like a person who are suppressed by other grown-ups. Yeah, so this person actually feels miserable, feels insecure, feels not protected. Here we have seemingly grown up, but this approach is not like this person's approach. Here a person tried to suppress other people, tried to make others feel miserable and insecure in small, little. Why? Because actually this big, seemingly big and confident person feels that way, feels, you don't see, but this facial expression is also negative. It's like disappointed, scared, even scared, and angry. So here a person also feels that inside everything is destroyed. There is nothing positive, light, childish and playful inside. This is why, in order to hide this feeling of life, they try to suppress others, to press others in order to feel the strength and power. But this is like the illusion. This is like the illusional thing. So here we have the one difference. This person doesn't know how to operate as a grown-up. He or she didn't learn how to solve problems like a grown-up, and here person adapted to the world of grown-ups. but as well laws. I forget this word. Laws. I can't with that English. And laws. I forget. I remember the third form. I know how to write this word, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Pronounce it. Pronounce it. What the fuck?
Lose.
Lose? What do you mean lose? And this one?
Loose.
Loose. What? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. I adore, distract myself to check the grammar, to check the right pronunciation of the words, because I am still a little bit anxious about the way I talk in English, because it's still a little bit complicated. So, yeah, we have two people with one difference, that this one isn't a grown-up, this one is a grown-up. But the one thing is the same. They are not having this life approach anymore in both situations. And what leads actually to these results? The wrong environment, I would say. So, again, in terms of living in family as the first and foremost social circle. So mother or father could tell this child, both verbally and based on their example, that the life actually isn't a secure place for your living. For example, let's talk about, first of all, verbal example. So based on the example of the person's desire, child's desire to play in the garden with their mother. So while in the first situation we were talking about versatile, variants of identifying what would be the best fit, considering the real context of the real world. So here we have the situation. So this child is asking his or her mother to play in the garden. Instead of, creating multiple variants of solving this problem, this mother or mother says this thing. No, I'm not going to play with you in the garden. Just go do your homework. I'm so tired, I'm not going to play with you, just forget about it. So you see the difference. While in the first variant we had the mother that created the multiple variants, that multiple choices. So this person realized that the mother is tired and it's not like the right place, right time to play. But it doesn't mean that this child cannot have what they want. They can have it, but under the different sauce maybe. So maybe in a little bit different variant. So here we have two options. It is called black-white mindset, black-white perception. So in the second situation, we have black-white mindset. So you can whether have what you want, whether you cannot have this. So only two options. So mother, showed the negative option. So you cannot have what you want, just do what you need to do, what you must do. You must learn new things in your textbooks. You need to do your homework. It's extremely important. Learn math, maths. Read Dostoevsky or Dickens. Read Dickens. Learn something, new and I want to, find an appropriate word. Beneficial. Socially beneficial for you. And here we can see the situation when a child's desire was just ignored and even eliminated. And yes, this child would take other attempts in that term. So this child would probably try again to have what they want, and from time to time, I would say in every time, with this approach of their parents, they would be, you know, stopped from having what they want, and gradually this child would lose this playful, childish, charming and free life approach, and starts to think rationally, like, okay, I need to do this in order to, you know, survive. I need to, you know, learn maths. I need to finish school. I need to graduate from school, then from university with good marks. I need to find an appropriate job. I need to have even it's not only about some, you know, basic things like job, career, education. It's about people. It's about hobbies. It's about interests. So I need to, you know, be surrounded by this kind of people because they seem secure. They seem relevant based on some, you know, how to say, criteria. Also, I need to play, for example, golf, because all wealthy people play golf. So I need also start to play golf because I want to be wealthy. So all how to say, specifics of the living approach are becoming extremely rational. So there is no place for some playful, spontaneous, and full of feelings life approach. There is no space for that. And this is disappointing, I would say, because if we try to remember ourselves in our childhood period, all we were childish, all we in our manner. It's not only about some, you know, activeness like that. I want to play here. I want to, you know, fall from the tree because it's extremely funny, etc., etc. It's not only about it. We are all childish in our own manner. I need to clarify the meaning of childish, of the adjective childish. What I mean the freedom in this word. When we are childish, we are allowing ourselves to do everything we want, to feel everything we want, to take actions that we want, to say words, to communicate with people that we want to communicate with. So the specification of this living approach, that we don't think too much. We just feel that we want to have this. We want to play here. We want to talk to this person and just do it. So there is not a lot of time between the desire and the implementation of this desire. It's like very fast. You want it, you do it. And of course, we have differences between the life in our childhood and life in our grown-up period. It's different. They're different, of course, because life of a child and life of a grown-up are different, because the more we grow, the more we, you know, develop, the more specifications of the world and ourselves actually we learn. And the more complicated our world becomes, and our life becomes. But the greatest formula of the happy life is to collect and connect both childish approach, childish, free, charming, playful approach, easygoing approach, connect this approach with, rules that we learn in our life. So it's about our intellectual abilities, it's about our rationality, it's about how to take decisions in the world of grown-ups. So we should collect these two parts of ourselves because it's all about us. The first part, okay, let's start with the grown-up part. The grown-up part is the method, is like the weapon that would lead us to our goals. But our goals should be created not out of our rational part, but out of our emotional and sensitive part, of our child part. So here we are growing up, building up our desires, genuine desires. We are listening to ourselves in this part, to this part of us we should listen. And this part of grown up should lead your inner child to what you want. So this part are connected, extremely connected between each other. So this is like the point. And I also wanted to point out this part of the topic. Yeah, it can be about versatile contexts. We should understand that all people around us, from our birth to our very end, are also just people. And as you must know, as you should know, as you must know, nobody is perfect. It's like the typical phrase, right? But this is like the very truth. Nobody is perfect, and 100% possibility that that every person that it is in your life or was in your life wasn't perfect, even your parents. And of course, when you are a child, you somehow idealize your parents, as your psyche is not that developed to realize that people are just people. So it's okay, it's normal to idolize your parents, your mother, your father, your siblings, etc., etc. It's normal. So it's not a secret, it's kind of fact. It's obvious that you would listen to everything your parents are saying, gaining information that your parents somehow show to you. It's normal. So it's, how to say, irreversible even. Yeah. But when you are growing, you are learning, you're gaining more and more information, and the more information you gain, the more subjectively objective you start to look at the world. And at this moment, you should distinguish yourself from your family, distinguish yourself from the society that you idolize. It can be about even friends, it can be about people that are not your parents, because everybody is grown in versatile contexts. And you should understand that this information, this image that your idolized people were trying to show you, not even trying to show, this just showed you, because it's like the natural thing. What we have inside, we show off outside. It's again, irreversible. It cannot be changed. It's just like that. You should understand, when time comes to this understanding, that you're able to create your own understanding of how the world, how you should operate in this world. And the main point, I would say the main goal, the main starting goal to achieve the big goal to live a life in the full, and to live your happy life in your personal understanding is to realize what your true happiness is about, what your true play is about, what your true, childish desires are about. So you should somehow come back to your childhood a little bit. Maybe not with your memories, but maybe with your feelings, because we maybe cannot remember what situations we had in our childhood due to some reasons, but we can describe the feeling, or maybe feelings that we had, and that should become your orienteer in the world. Yes, the feeling is first and foremost not object, like aspect of your happiness that should be followed with your actions and accomplishments. So this is like highly connected things. Yep, I guess that's all for today. It's kind of a long video occasionally, because I was thinking about recording a little short video, because a first attempt wasn't that successful, but again, as practice shows, if you never stop, something is carried out. Okay, so I'm going to reveal this topic in different forms. Maybe I will continue this particular topic because I have something to add, but if I continue talking, I would make this video for several hours, so it's not the goal of mine. So yeah, try to identify what feelings you want to have in your life and start taking actions towards it. Your child, your golden child, your childish, charming, playful manner of living never dies. It can be hidden, but you can find out it, grab it and show it to the world. Just find the right approach to grab it and take it, because it's all yours. It is always in you. You will always have it. Your goal is to just open it and show it to yourself and to the world, like, consequently. So okay, that's it. See ya. Bye.